Hello! I found myself in ancient Rome, the Eternal City. Very early, Rome was governed by kings, but not for long. After only 7 kings, the Roman people took power into their own hands and ruled themselves. They made a council known as the Senate, and Rome was now a republic. The word republic comes from Latin re publica, which means public matters. The Senate elected a consul who ruled Rome like a king, but only for 1 year. This was set up to prevent tyrants from ruling. In Rome, there are different classes of people. The slaves are have no rights. The plebeians are usually poor people, but they are freeborn citizens, and the patricians, or the ruling class. I have found myself in the patrician class. I did not come back in time to suffer. Let's take a look at daily life in Rome. This is my home, or domus. It has an atrium or entrance hall, and this is the center for family life. Here is a culina or kitchen, and the triclinium, which is the dining rooms. Romans laid down in little beds while they eat instead of sitting. Women in Rome are subject to their male guardians, either their husbands, fathers, grandfathers, brothers, etc. Women cannot participate in political matters. However, they do have some freedoms. They can be financially independent, they can own property, attend social gatherings, and they are not usually segregated from the men. Their primary focus is to be symbols of loyalty, modesty, and generosity, and their main job is educating their children. For the lower classes, this means preparing them for work. Girls learn to run a house, cook, clean, and sew. Boys learn their father's trade, or they are apprentice. For upper class children, they are taught the basics of reading and writing in Latin and Greek. Sometimes a slave is brought in to tutor them. Girls are usually married at 12 or 13 years old. Another component of daily life is eating, my favorite. Romans eat 3 meals a day, and this starts off with the first meal, ientaculum, or breakfast. And this began with a glass of water, and they had leftovers from last night, or bread with sweet wine, olive oil, vinegar, cheese, or some fruit. The next meal is prandium, or lunch, and this is small, sometimes bought off vendors and eaten quickly. And the main meal of the day is koina, or dinner, and this could last for hours depending on the situation. Today happens to be March 15th, 44 BC, and it is an important day and a sad one. Today, Julius Caesar was stabbed to death in the Senate. He is arguably the most famous Roman citizen that ever was. He was a politician, a general, and he conquered the Gauls. He was murdered by his own Senate. The conspiracy included as many as 60 noblemen, including Caesar's protege, Marcus Brutus. The noblemen were unhappy with him because they viewed him as a tyrant who took their power. As he entered the Senate hall today, he was surrounded by the senators holding daggers, and he was stabbed until dead. Rome's first emperor, Caesar's great-nephew and adopted son Octavian, who will later be known as Augustus, is named successor in Caesar's will. This is a big change for Rome. Now it's no longer a republic, but an empire. I hope you've enjoyed your day in Rome with me. Thank you.